Hey everyone, and welcome to another manga recommendations video. Again, sorry for the jittery camera there. This is for the manga series Pluto by Urasawa and Tezuka, or based off of Osamu Tezuka's short Astro Boy chapter, The Greatest Robot on Earth, as you can read right there on the front cover. But this is a seinen series, a lot of action, mystery, and psychological sci-fi stuff. Really questioning the like how far we go with AI before it's too far. So this is based off of the Tezuka or story of Astro Boy, the greatest robot on Earth, as I mentioned before. But Pluto is an adaptation following a detective who is kind of investigating these murders of very, very high up, popular, well-known androids who have just died recently, and soon realizes that there's someone actually going around killing these extremely popular, highly intelligent, everything else androids. And one of those is Atom, who is Astro Boy in English, or in the American adaptation of the manga. But this is kind of, obviously it's a seinen, so it's a lot darker than what you would expect from kind of the shonen series Astro Boy. Not saying that Astro Boy doesn't get dark and gritty, but this definitely is kind of a much more focused on the psychological aspects and the moral gray area of artificial intelligence and like what constitutes a robot, what doesn't, that sort of thing. So if you're a fan of that, then yeah, thumbs up to this. It's 8 volumes in its entirety. It ran in Big Comic Original between 2003 and 2009 and has been completely released by Viz under their signature line. Front cover of volume 1, as you can see here, and the back, it's just kind of, I'm not going to show you the backs to all of these because it is just continuing artwork from the front. Volume 2, Volume 3, Volume 4, Volume 5, Volume 6, Volume 7, and finally Volume 8, which is a little bit thicker than the rest of them. But yeah, it is really, honestly, I'm not a huge fan of science fiction of any type, like any kind of media, but the way Urasawa writes this, it's still very human. You have, I find you do connect to the characters very, very quickly, and you do feel very much for them. Similar recommendations on the anime side, I would say Time of Eve. It has, again, that kind of moral gray area with how artificial intelligence, how robots are treated, should be treated, that sort of thing. Manga, well, any of Urasawa's work, obviously, if you're a fan, this is definitely one you should check out. After School Charisma is a similar idea. It's not exactly the same, but it deals with like the morality of cloning and does kind of have the same implications and sort of deal with a lot of the moral issues that Pluto does. So I do recommend it for that. And it's a good series on its own as well. And Ghost in the Shell, which much more of a cyberpunk future than Pluto, but it's, again, sort of that questioning cyborgs, androids, artificial intelligence, like where's the line that humanity has to draw before we can kind of judge whether or not something is human or not human. And yeah, overall, it's fantastic series. Artwork is typical Urasawa, exactly what you would expect. Very, very good. And the level of storytelling is phenomenal. Obviously, Tezuka, master of his time. The original story does bring up a lot of the issues that Pluto does, and Urasawa just expands a little bit on that. So it's a really interesting sort of adaptation of something that's already so popular and well loved, and done in a really, really good way. So yeah, as a seinen fan or as an Urasawa fan, I definitely recommend it. Or just if you're wanting to try some of Urasawa's work or Tezuka's work, it does kind of give you an intro without being as a huge a commitment as some of his other stuff, like 20th Century Boys or Master Keaton. So yeah, it's kind of self-contained within the 8 volumes, but still gives you a phenomenal story in that. So, thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you in the next video. Bye till then.